Media.
Hey y'all, I'm Ryan Devlin, and welcome to the Struggle Climbing Show's Training Tip Tuesday this week, featuring one of the absolute strongest climbers in the world, Alex Megos. Now, there are a few climbers in the game who train and climb as hard as Alex, but this minisode isn't focusing on a finger protocol or a moonboard routine. This one is all about the power of rest. As Alex explains, there can definitely be too much of a good thing when it comes to days on, and the risk of injury is not worth that extra training or climbing sesh. He came to learn that the hard way, as you'll hear, but hopefully now we won't have to.
Well, when I was younger, rest days pretty much didn't exist, I feel like. Especially in the time between when I was 20 to 25. I almost didn't realize that I needed to adjust my training, and I kind of went away from doing, crimping on overhanging boards 7 times a week to crimping only maybe 4 or 5 times a week, and then doing some antagonist training. And then I went over to incorporating more rest days and also diversifying my training a little bit and training my weaknesses, not always training on small crimps every week. That helped a lot, and for about 2.5 years now, I'm injury-free. I would say I am more of a complete climber, and I think that was good changes I've made.
So training less days now for the last few years, that hasn't made you weaker?
I would say it had a very positive impact, especially because if you don't give your body any rest, all the training sessions are kind of useless because, the training sessions and the work that you put in only kind of pay off if you also give your body time to adapt to it, give your tendons time to adapt for it, and actually build up muscles. If you constantly keep hitting your body day in, day out, then you might feel like you're doing loads, but it's actually not that effective. Even though it was hard to incorporate rest days, I think it was beneficial for my climbing and training.
And so what does a rest day look like for you?
Typically like 4 hours of campus boarding on a rest day. But that's really...
That's the Alex Megos rest.
Sorry, no. But I do like to go running. And I don't run very long or very fast, but I enjoy it. And I also think for an active recovery, it can be good if you don't overdo it. And stretching and yoga is something you can always do. I've found yoga as another passion besides climbing for quite a few years now, and love doing handstands, love stretching, that kind of stuff.
Just a bit of that classic dry German humor there at the end, talking about rest day being 4 hours of campus boarding. I love it. So I got to experience a little bit of a rest day with Alex himself when he came to the Red this past season. And he is such a kind and fun guy, I've got to tell you. He was also a very gracious loser when I beat him at a game of pool. Am I spraying about my game of pool with Alex Megos? Yes, get over it. I literally played the best game of pool I have ever played in my life. I will never shoot that good again, y'all. I banked the 8-ball into the center pocket. Like, I called it and I banked it. It was a really hard bank and I nailed it. I mean, come on. It was like 5:15 pool playing. Why am I still talking about this game of pool? Because I can. Because I'm the host. And I get to do what I want. All right, fine, I'll shut up about beating Megos in pool now. For more on Alex's training and climbing, tune into his episode from Season 1. He has a really interesting perspective on knee pads versus knee bars and how that, in his mind, should impact the grade of a climb. Check that out and all the other wise words that he shared. And then get out there and rest as hard as you train. Shout out to Friction Labs, who sponsor both Alex Megos and The Struggle. And if it's good enough for Megos, it is good enough for me and the rest of us. Pop by frictionlabs.com and use code STRUGGLE20 for 20% off your first order. I love their stuff. Tuesday's traditionally been my least favorite day of the week. I don't know why. It's kind of like, it's not the beginning of the week and you're not even to hump day yet. It's always a little bit of a drag, which is why I chose Tuesdays to release these little mini episodes. I hope they brighten up your drive or your stretching routine or your dishwashing or whatever you're doing as you're listening to this. You are awesome. Now enjoy some sick percussion. And remember, the struggle makes us stronger.